So kaya naman siguro natin ito in 1 hour and a half. So we have two bills, both concerning civil registration. Si SBN number 371 and SBN siguro din to. Hindi to SRN. No? SBN yan. And SBN 2885. First one by Senator Rizal Ontiveros, the second one by Senator Jingo Estrada. So you have all been invited here to study the measure and discuss and give us your inputs. This representation believes that civil registration is more than just a requirement or paperwork. Actually, it is a human right. It records vital life events such as births, marriages, and deaths. It serves as a foundation of every Filipino's legal identity. So it is imperative for us to ensure reliable records of civil registration. Diba, this can also lead to a national ID. Diba? So, okay. Yan nga. I think that's the basic document. Diba? Necessary to get a national ID. So I look forward to our discussions, the inputs of our resource persons who I consider subject matter experts or people who are more knowledgeable about resource persons. But of course, the committee will always be open to submission of position papers, opinion papers, commentaries, and anytime proposed amendments. So, sige, at this point, let me now recognize Attorney Mortel, our committee secretary, to mention the names of our resource persons present this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mapagpalang hapon sa ating lahat. Representing USEC Claire Dennis Mapa of the Philippine Statistics Authority, we have Mr. Clemente S. Manawag. Sorry. And with him is Attorney Elizar Ambatali.
The bills create an interagency committee and then kasama yata si DSWD. How come DSWD did not even send a representative?
Mr. Chairman, we coordinated with DSWD, but unfortunately, due to a medical emergency, the representative cannot make it. They sent an excuse letter, sir. Thank you, sir.
Isa lang palang na-designate, sayang. Okay. Okay, but at any rate, sige. Anyways, I'm sure you will touch on the interagency committee siguro that is provided in the bills, no? Okay, so ano tayo? PSA, mas maganda. PSA. Sige, let's start with the PSA. If I'm assuming you have studied the bills. Sige, can we get the inputs from the PSA? Attorney Ambatali.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to everyone. I would like to read our draft support, a letter of support to this piece of legislation. We hope that this bills will pass and pass into law, Mr. Chair. The Philippine Statistics Authority would like to express its sincere appreciation to the initiatives taken to pass bills of national significance. This is aligned to our goal to protect our nation against unscrupulous individuals who seek to undermine our national laws to commit illegal acts within our territory. The PSA views these legislations as means to reform registration procedures geared towards establishing the identity of an individual and recording of vital events through the establishment of up-to-date, simplified but efficient procedures in civil registration. Thus, the PSA would like to inform this committee of its support to this legislation. We respectfully appeal, however, that we need to consolidate the two bills being filed in this committee. Finally, we would like to request the Honorable Committee that the PSA be allowed to submit additional supplemental comments on this proposed bills and also the upcoming bill, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, so the ALG, Mr. Lagmay, yes. Do you have any comments on the bills?
Sir, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat, sir. For the DILG, we fully support the legislations towards the Philippine Civil Register and Vital Statistics to ensure the timely submission of vital events. And for us, sir, we will just submit, sir, the official position paper by the DILG regarding the bill, sir. Considering the fact that meron naman po barating panibago, sir, to be filed by Senator Gatchalian, sir. Official on this, sir. There are a lot of those being concerned, sir, na pwede po namin makapagbigay po si DILG, and we'd like it to officially to be signed by our legal legislative license office to be signed by our secretary itself, sir.
Yeah, for my PSA and DILG, for my education, what are the vital life events that should be recorded in the civil register?
Your Honor, the three are birth, marriage, and death, and also some intervening events during in between life and death of an individual, like say for example annulment of marriage or dissolution of marriage, adoption, and all the things that are happening within the lifetime of a person, Your Honor. So those are vital events that needs to be recorded.
Yung dalawa mo, yung annulment and declaration of nullity, syempre connected with the marriage na yun. Yes. So birth, marriage, death, adoption of a child, ano pa kaya magagandang ano? May napansin ba kayo practice sa ibang bansa na they record it in their whatever registry they have that we do not?
Your Honor, in fact, the Philippine setup is basically an advanced setup in most of the jurisdictions, especially within the developing countries. No, so some of the developing countries are actually copying the structure of the Philippine setting. The thing that is now needs to be incorporated is that the issuance of a unique identifier, which is we already have because of the national ID. Yes. So in the future, what we need to see is that from the time an individual is born, he or she needs to have a unique identifier, which is the national ID, which is linked to that individual's parents. So I think that's a thing that needs to be incorporated here in the bills. The integration of the civil registration databases into the national ID system, so that any changes in the status of an individual can be easily tracked or easily determined later on, whether it's needed in a social protection program, it's needed in availing education and some other benefits provided by the state, Your Honor.
So thank you. So okay, DepEd, may we get your inputs? I was hoping that it would be the secretary who would be here. Akala ko he will use this as the excuse to visit us, have merienda with us. Again, Mr. Fontanilla. Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. DepEd po fully supports these bills, and we will submit na lang po our position paper for this, Mr. Chair.
Malaki pala tong Interagency Cooperation Committee, no? No, we are referring to the version of Senator Estrada. Okay, sige. Ano yung function nila? Okay, can we now hear from the DFA, Mr. Morales or the soon-to-be lawyer na ito, si Attorney Bernardo? Dapat Panyero na tawag natin dito, Andres, sa kanya. Mr. Morales, sino? Si Panyero ba?
Panyero na po.
Sige.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and colleagues. Thank you for this invitation, and we are here to articulate the DFA's support to strengthen this initiative to strengthen the Philippine Civil Registration and Vital Statistics System. However, we would like to be given the opportunity to submit our position paper as we have yet to finish consolidating and requesting inputs and comments from our Philippine Foreign Service posts in order for them to provide us with at least their views, especially as regards how these legislations would be received or be interpreted by their host countries, Mr. Chair.
Sige, pero ganito gawin natin. Even though, let us say, you will just request for time to submit position paper, but for those of you who have gone over the bills, if you have observations or ano, kahit hindi yun ang official position ng agency nyo, I will treat them as personal inputs. Ganun lang, okay? Para kasi kami na-forewarning kami as to the observations ng ating mga resource persons. Okay, so DFA will submit.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
But can we hear from the lawyer? Yan. Anyero, what have you noticed anything worth sharing from the two bills? Kahit ano, feel free. Feel free to tell us.
Sir, we would just appreciate having more details and inclusion for the Foreign Service post in the other chapters, sir, regarding the procedures in registering the vital events, sir, for abroad. Maybe there are
foreign birth of a Filipino, pinag-usapan natin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. Saan ba siya? Saan ba siya? Dito. So your suggestion is more details as to how on the procedure?
Mr. Chair, maybe there are other considerations for registering in Foreign Service post regarding the length of time to be given for the registration.
Bakit? What is current practice?
Sir, the current practice is for before it becomes a delayed registration, a period of 1 year is given for registering the vital events. Sir.
Let me acknowledge now the presence of Senator Bongo. So the chair recognizes Senator Bongo for his opening statement.
Gandang hapon po sa inyo lahat, my dear colleagues and all the resource persons present today. Salamat Senator Coco Pimentel for hearing these bills. No, Mr. Chair, the 1998 Philippine Constitution upholds the inherent dignity and rights of every Filipino, mandating the state to respect human rights and provide special protection and assistance to children, including ensuring access to basic services. Napakahalaga po ng ating obligasyon at tiyakin ang karapatan ng bawat Pilipino, lalong-lalo na po yung mga bata na maibigay ang kanilang mga pangunahing pangangailangan. In line with these constitutional values, Act number 3753, also known as the Law on Registry of Civil Status, was enacted and served as the cornerstone of civil registration rules, procedures, and activities in the country for nearly a century. Over time, additional laws have been introduced to complement and enhance its provisions. However, despite the constitutional mandate and the existence of laws supporting civil registration, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority, approximately 3.7 million Filipinos remain unregistered at birth. Isa po itong nakakabahalang bilang, lalo na't karamihan sa mga hindi rehistrado ay kabilang po sa mga mahirap at vulnerable sector katulad ng ating mga indigenous peoples at mga batang naninirahan sa mga malalayong lugar. Hindi lang po dito sa registration ang nagiging problema natin, lalo na po sa malalayong lugar, including medical, yung access sa gobyerno, sobrang layo nila sa urbanized area. Kaya nga po ako sa kakaikot ko sa buong Pilipinas, maraming mga buntis doon ng mga netibo, nanganganak na lang sa kahit sa ano, dahil napakalayo po ng hospital. They have to travel 3 hours away yung hospital. Kaya meron tayong isinusulong ngayon itong mga super health centers na may access na sila. Diyan na sila magpakonsulta dahil lahat ng Pilipino po ay membro naman po ng PhilHealth. Pero kahit na membro tayo ng PhilHealth, less than 10% pa rin po ang nakakarehistro sa konsulta program. Bakit? Hindi nila alam kung saan sila magparehistro. Yung access po sa gobyerno. Sinasabi ko lang po ito dahil bilang chairman ng Committee on Health, yun po napapansin ko, kulang talaga yung access natin sa gobyerno, lalo-lalo na po sa malalayong lugar, lalo-lalo na po sa mga indigenous people na wala talagang access sa gobyerno. Sobrang layo talaga. Laki ng Pilipinas. More than 7,000 islands tayo. Tingnan mo dyan, yung ibang island nasa taas ka, aeroplano makikita mo na paano sila makakarehistro. Ang layo ng munisipyo. Hindi lang po sa birth, no, sa lahat ng bagay. So wala yung ilapit natin ang serbisyo ng gobyerno sa ating mga kababayan. Tayo po ang dapat lumapit sa kanila. Balikan ko lang po ang rehistro. Ang kawalan ng rehistro ay hindi lamang kawalan ng pangalan sa papel. Ito rin ay kawalan ng pagkakakilanlan at karapatang access sa mga serbisyo ng gobyerno tulad ng edukasyon, kalusugan at iba pang benepisyo. It is a systemic issue that deprives millions of Filipinos of their basic and fundamental rights. Kaya naman nararapat lang na bigyan natin ito ng masusing pansin at solusyon. Mr. Chair, the bill before us aims to update the nearly century-old civil registration law and replace it with a modern, relevant, and responsive framework that addresses the evolving needs and realities of the country and aligns with internal best practices. This proposed measure introduces key reforms to ensure the accuracy, reliability, and integrity of civil registration records. I also plan to file a bill that would waive the collection of civil registration fees for indigent persons. In fact, dala-dala ko po itong bill at sana po'y masama rin po ito na matalakay sa komite. Dahil para ma-encourage naman po itong mga hindi nakarehistro na magparehistro. Kung sa datos, it's about 3.7 million ang hindi pa po nakarehistro dahil yung iba namamahalan, yung iba wala pong access. So paano pong makakatulong sana sa kanila, lalo-lalo na yung mga bata, no? Para magkaroon rin po tayo ng accurate na statistics pag nakarehistro rin po sila. Napaka-importante po nito. Sir Chair, let us commit to addressing the systemic gaps in our civil registration and vital statistics system. By doing so, we honor the principles and enshrine in our Constitution and reaffirm our duty to protect the most vulnerable among us, especially our children, mga kapatid nating katutubo at mga nasa liblib na lugar. Ako, witness po ako dyan. Sila po yung mga deprived talaga, yung mga indigenous people, sa malalayong lugar. Hindi lang po dito sa rehistro, sa edukasyon, sa lahat ng serbisyo natin. Dapat po ilapit natin sa kanila ang serbisyo ng gobyerno. Tayo po ang lumapit sa kanila. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga mahirap nating kababayan. Salamat po, Mr. Chair, Senator Coco Pimentel, sa pagdinig na ito.
So, napansin niyo ba sa bills if the registration can be done remotely? Online?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr. Manag.
In the version of Senator Jinggoy, there was a section on barangay civil registration system. This will address yung barrier ng registration, which is yung proximity sa mga registration areas. At the same time, manggagaling sa nasa din kasi sa 7160 natin sa local government code na yung mga barangay secretaries actually are supposed to be assisting in the civil registration process. So parang dito sa bills na to sa Your Honor, mas binigyang diin yung role ng barangay officials in the registration at the barangay level. So although ang magre-register pa rin ay ang ating mga local civil registrars at the municipal areas, pero at the barangay level, dito sa isang section dito, section 27, sinasabi ito yung magiging role ng mga barangay official to ensure na yung mga nangyayaring vital events sa kanilang barangay ay nai-report sa registration centers at the municipal level, Your Honor.
Okay. Pero tama siguro hindi ko rin na-realize na dun sa mga malalayo, hindi rin natin expected pala na may online din siya. So that's why kaya pala na-connect ko yung statement ni Senator Bongo na yung serbisyo dapat dinadala sa kanila. So, ano kaya ito mga parang on wheels concept? Do we have this? Do we have these initiatives na mga on wheels na concepts natin? Yes. Sino,
Currently, Your
yes,
Honor,
Mr.
meron
Manao.
tayong mga mobile registrations conducted by the local civil registrars. So, it's a practice na addressing yung proximity issue, yung even economic issue ng mga registrants.
Pero expected ba yan sa pinakaliblib? Hindi siguro baka doon lang din yan sa naabot ng wheels. Ano sa tingin nyo?
Kung
More or
sakop
less?
ng munisipyo, Your Honor, tapos masigasig yung ating mga local civil registrars, then they can be reached. Pero really, we really need to extend dun sa mga hindi naabot, Your Honor.
Yes, naabot tayo sa pero kami si listahan,
Okay, sorry.
inaisisa na namin. But yes, Senator Bongo.
If I may, Mr. Chair, meron lang pong suggestion ang itong sa plano ko i-file na bill, itong Child Rights Network. Mr. Romeo Dongeto, meron ba kayong suggestion dun sa yung sa i-waive po yung penalties pag sakaling late registration kasi iba na di-discourage na po magparehistro pag may babayaran pa sila. Ayaw naman natin mawala ng income yung LGU kasi part yun sa kanilang tax revenues or kanilang expected collection. But pag ito pong mga late registration, baka pwede naman pong alugit, lalo na po sa mga indigents talaga na walang kakayahan na magbayad para ma-encourage po silang magparehistro at hindi po mapag-iwanan itong mga bata, no, na hindi makarehistro kahit na tumanda na sila. Sa totoo lang po, Mr. Chair, napapansin ko, nagiging problema po yan, hindi yung sa bata pa sila, pag tanda na nila, pag nagtatrabaho na sila. Marami akong na-encounter na gano'n. Pagtingin, hindi sila nakarehistro. Marami po kaming nakakatrabaho na, lalo na po yung mga ating ginagalang na mga kasambahay. Ay yung iba hindi na nakarehistro. Pag check nila, babalik pa sila sa kanilang probinsya, wala silang records, doon pa sila magkakandara pa. Mas magastos. Mas magastos kung doon pa sila maggagawa ng paraan, affidavit, etc. na pwede naman sana nating maagapan sa maaga pa lang at maturuan at magay. Mr. Romeo Dongeto, yung sa inyong sinusulong po na ma-waive po yung late registration ho ba inyo sinusulong?
Maraming salamat po, Senator Bongo. In relation to the discussion that's being forwarded right now, dalawang bagay po ang aming sinusulong at ito po yung eliminates fees for registering births, deaths, and marriages. So wala pong penalty talaga pero marami po tayong binabayaran pagdating po sa pagrehistro ng births, deaths, and marriages. At ang layunin po ng Child Rights Network ay matanggal ang mga fees na ito at maging libre po itong mga binabanggit nating mahalagang events o vital events sa buhay ng isang tao, lalong-lalo na po ang bata. Ikalawa po in relation to how we can reach especially the people from geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas. Ang suggestion po namin ay tiyakin ng PSA at ng LGUs in partnership with the PSA and LGUs yung pong regular mobile birth registration services at marating po talaga itong ating mga mamamayan na hindi lamang po kapos sa pera kundi po wala talagang means ng transportation. Hindi po available ang mga transportation kahit po sasakyang panglupa, mga bangka, talaga pong isolated sila. At dito po nanggagaling yung malaking bilang ng mga disenfranchised na mga Pilipino. Hindi po sila nare-rehistro taon-taon. At binanggit nga po ni Senator, 3.7 million yan, pero kung hindi po magkakaroon ng batas kagaya po ng sinusulong ng ating mga senador, lalaki po ang bilang na ito ng ating mamamayang wala po silang pagkakakilanlan. Maraming po salamat, sir.
Tuloy ko na, Bong. Sige po. Baka hindi rin nila alam yung mandatory nature of the registration. Baka ganun pa. So, tama. So, we have to really not only reach out sa education but sa actual accessibility. DOH, we have Ms. Rosie Jane Agarfloro, ma'am. Use the mic, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon, Sir Chair. The Department of Health supports the noble intentions of the Senate bills, which seek to promote and maintain an efficient, responsive, inclusive, and accessible civil registration and vital statistics systems. The DOH acknowledges the critical importance of a robust civil registration system as the most reliable source of accurate, complete, and timely vital statistics. These statistics are essential for effective socio-economic planning and informed decision-making. A comprehensive and responsive civil registration system provides valuable insights into key health indicators such as mortality, fertility, disease trends, and prevention. This enables the DOH to monitor progress, identify gaps, and implement targeted interventions to improve health and socio-economic outcomes. Moreover, it ensures that individuals have timely and efficient access to healthcare services, benefits, enhancing overall public well-being, which is in line with the DOH 8-point agenda, specifically action number 1, bawat Pilipino ramdam ang kalusugan. In view of the foregoing, the DOH reiterates its support towards this bill, and we will submit our official position paper when with the specific recommendation upon the signing of the Secretary of Health.